All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is Descartes' rule of signs. A lot of kids really get confused on this, but don't let it throw you off. The number of positive real zeros of f is either equal to the number of variations in the sign of f of x or less than that by an even integer. Number 2, the number of negative real zeros of f is either equal to the number of variations in the sign of f of negative x or less than that number by an even integer. So what they're saying here is we are going to take this equation, f of x equals 3x to the third minus 5x squared plus 6x plus 4, and we are going to put in a positive x. Well, the positive x is already in. The 3 is positive, the 5 is negative, the 6 is positive, the 4 is negative. And they ask you how many times this sign changes. So notice it changes here from positive to negative, negative to positive, positive to negative. So notice it changes 3 times. So the answer is going to be 3 or 1. Now remember it said that we're going to subtract by an even integer. That's what they're talking about, 3 or 1. Now the next part is just saying what happens if I make this a negative x. Well, I know that an odd will change because negative 1 to the third power is a negative. This will not change because it's an x squared, negative 1 to the second power, so that one will not change. Because this is to the first power, so yes, odd numbers change the sign, and that negative 4 will not change. So notice there are no changes of signs. It does not change from positive to negative, so there are no negative numbers. There are 3 or 1 positive numbers. And if we wanted to go ahead and make it and look at the imaginary numbers, we don't actually put in the sign, we have to use deduction. Because it is x to the third, we're going to have 3 answers. Well, if I add 3 and 0, I already have my 3. So there could be 0. Or if I add 1 and 0, I get 1. Well, I would need 3, so there might be 2 imaginaries. So let's talk about our options. There can be 3 positive with 0, 0, or there could be 1 positive with 0 negatives and 2 imaginaries. So Descartes' rule of signs is just telling us what we're looking for. We can look for some different options for our zeros. So hopefully this will help you out with understanding Descartes' rule of signs.